honest. I'm gonna get straight to it. You know, I'm gonna be discussing a few topics of these current events, problems with sleeping, etc. For anyone that can relate, you know, to these videos, if you don't know what to do by now, then you're definitely lost in the sauce, as they would say. So let's get straight to it. So, as I'm a person that I guess have problems sleeping, staying up all kinds of nights, and just thinking and thinking. Sometimes I hop on social media just to be nosy to see what's going on. But I know it's not something for me that I would want to tweet or set up, post something on Facebook or this or that. Sometimes that's just how I keep myself in tune with what's going on around the world, because I don't watch every program. Get it? Program. There's so many distractions that always been going on, especially in this time. Clearly everyone knows that something big is coming. Whether it's negative, whether it's positive, or whether it's positive or whether it's negative, or a mixture of both. We are here. For those who have been on this journey to trying to understand a deeper meaning of why we are here. Why did we come here? And when I say we, that is everyone, and especially my underdog immortals, my prisoners of war, etc. Once we learn to not be so vulnerable and get out of our emotional states, and I say our because we are here having this human experience, although we are much more than that, light beings, etc. When I say the enemy, if you don't know what that means, then it's definitely not a channel for you. It wants to keep you in a very emotional state, because once you're in a fear and an emotional state, you don't think rational. You know, you make all kind of mistakes. You act out in certain ways that give the enemy more rooms to attack you, more justification to carry out plots and plans. You know, there's a lot of crisis actors and a lot of these people claiming to be enemies, and they all sitting down at the same table, having brunch, lunch, dinner, parties, secret societies. So you must understand, we must understand that the enemy is constantly going to be throwing these distractions in this time. The solar eclipse, you know, it'll be another situation with public servants on and on, aka police officers, or something going on with the election and Trump, you know, all these different situations, political, non-political, a lot of disputes. You know, people are glorifying violence and ignorance, you know, and very bogus spending habits, very stupid spending habits. You got these rappers and various from in their 50s, mid 50s down to their 18, 17, however age range it may range in far as how they showing their houses and how they're spending all of this money on duplicates sometime of the same shoes and a bunch of shoes and a bunch of clothes and like to me those are a lot of bad investments. They're unwise ways to be spending, this money in this society. Remember, it's nothing but a piece of paper, or maybe it's more than a piece of paper or whatever material it's made out of. The enemy has pretty much mastered the tricks of this technology, making you think you're someone else or making you think you below everyone else. In the reality, you're royal, especially if these certain type of videos or this voice touch you in a certain way, then you're definitely a part of those ones. Now, I really don't want to speak too much on like this whole Diddy thing, and it's pretty much probably be more than likely my last time. I know I've mentioned a little bit, but I don't get into all that because I understand a lot of this stuff is distractions, and certain people being revealed in the name of certain people, kind of like Black Lives Matter. We all know nobody lives really matter in the world. It's all about a mighty dollar. Yeah, certain people may stick together, but trust me, you're fighting about sexism and racism. Is just another form of separation. It's easier for a small mass of people to control a larger group. Message. Also, people got to understand you can't expect your enemy to be your friend. And when you look it in the mirror, you're seeing the biggest enemy. And sometimes it's people that look like you. A lot of times, actually, some of your biggest enemy. Just because somebody look like you doesn't mean they're a part of you. Always know all skin folk are not kinfolk. Like all this immigration and all this, is always something to create more problems. Because how is this helping? You got all these people worried about jobs and this and that and this. Another distraction. Immigration, yeah, it's a form of, if you ask me, it's like a war tactic. Everything. People don't understand that certain people don't understand what's going on. A lot of people do, but there's still a lot of people that's plugged into this matrix and they're completely blind because they're partying, drinking, doing all this other stuff, and they're not worrying about nothing else. That's good and the bad because it's an advantage of the not knowing, and it's a disadvantage, or not a disadvantage of knowing, but sometimes it could, how can I put this? The burden of knowing, and this could mean a lot. Take this as you will. What's understood don't have to be explained. When you know, you know. When your eyes is wide open, you're not looking at the small picture. You're looking at the big picture. I'm constantly hearing all these stories too about immigrants or whatever. America was built on what? Come on now. And a lot of people were immigrants. But that's for a whole nother story. Now they're saying how they're committing crimes or doing this or doing that and squatting in homes and this and that. But the people that's of higher authority are the ones that's calling the shots for allowing certain people to come, over or whatnot. I don't worry about things that I cannot control, as you should not either. Because again, it's another distraction, and it's also, like I said, to me, and that's just my personal opinion, it's just another war strategy. Because when you bring in more people, you exporting people and importing people, and it's causing friction within the people that feel like they have and should have certain rights, um, not rights. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, certain benefits over people that wasn't born here, which it's a lot of truth to that, as they should. But at the same time, things are earned and not given. There's a lot of people that don't want to earn nothing. They found a lot of ways to cheat the system. And if they have a certain look about themselves, they may could cheat a lot in certain ways. But for the ones that's been working hard, you have those people that come to this country and they work and they do this and they do that. I don't knock anybody. But for the ones that's been here all this time, sitting around being lazy and not trying to do nothing, they shouldn't be opening their mouth. Blame the people that's in higher places. But that's for a whole nother video if I even choose to put my energy in that, because it's even deeper. The tunnels get deeper. But I may make a part 2 to this. Like, comment, and subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications. It's much appreciated. I'm out. Triple ones to God. I own this. 13.